Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Tuesday. I've got some cashew nuts on my desk here because I was just doing a Friday favourites, but somehow I've managed to coordinate with my nuts. So that's great. Anyway, let's get on to today, which is all about one of my old toxic traits. Maybe you have been in a similar situation. I'm talking about over-delivering and undercharging. And this comes up so often because, look, the sirens are at work to confirm this. This comes from many of us not knowing what the heck to charge. And when people say just charge your worth, it actually doesn't help you, because sometimes you want a grown-up, you want an adult to tell you the answer. And most adults are very reluctant to do that, nor can they do that, because you have to come up with it yourself. But over-delivering and undercharging was a pattern, a rhythm, something that happened so often, certainly in my 20s. I felt very awkward about talking about money. I was very much in a cycle of just being grateful for being in the room. So I would overwork in my other jobs because I didn't know how. I didn't know how to ask for the sale or negotiate. And I actually had to learn the hard way a lot of times. And I know that that will constantly be an exercise that I work on and figure out as I go. It's always a learning conversation. So, number one, what to do when you are over-delivering and undercharging. I want you to begin the money conversations and bring it in much sooner. The temptation when there's something that we don't want to do or that we feel uncomfortable with is we might have an approach of, I'll deal with that later. And actually, the sooner that you can tell people, the sooner that you can be in this conversation, not only does it cement it as part of the conversation, because I think this often happens where, well, nobody ever mentioned it. So we just carried on and we continued on. And what we need to do is say, this is a job that you should be paid for. And also that sense of being able to make a living from what you do, is so key, because all of your outgoings for your adult life require money. Your gas bill, your council tax, your rent, your mortgage, your car if you have one, your food shop, your clothes, your insurance, like all of these things, never mind anything fun that you might like to do. So to say that money is not important, whenever people say that, like, I'm not doing it for the money, often it's because they're very, very secure and financially stable. So we don't need to listen to these people, because most people need to have that exchange and that flow within their business whereby money comes in, so therefore money can go out. Number two, there's something that comes up a lot with my clients, especially when I will ask those questions. And we were talking about it yesterday on Monday's video. If you haven't seen that, do check it out. About who are you talking to? Who is your ideal client, your customer, and really getting into that nitty gritty. And so many of my clients don't want to leave anybody out. They're saying things like, but I just want to help everybody. And I always come back to this. Not everybody needs you. Not everybody needs or wants your help. Some people love what you do. Some people will be so confused by it, won't see the value, think it's really weird, whatever the thing is. That's just how life can be sometimes. So by being in that place of trying to help everybody, it is that case that you're not helping anybody, because you're spreading your message too thinly. You're trying to convince these people over here. And actually what we need to do is really go wider and broader and deeper with the people who want what you have. So I want you to notice if you are going into that very noble state of wanting to help everybody, and ask yourself and nudge yourself to come up with some bigger answers, some clearer, some more specific answers in that way. Number 3, over-delivering. Oof. Sometimes when we're over-delivering, we think it's coming from a place of generosity. I want to give everything we've got. We used to hear it on the X Factor all the time. I'm going to give 110%. I want this more than anything. It's the most important thing in my life. And it all just becomes so much. And even though we're operating from that place of generosity, sometimes it feels that that could easily go into it being overwhelming or overbearing. If you've ever gone to somebody's house for dinner and they are cooking in that way where you walk in and you're like, wow, there's loads of food here. This is lovely, all sitting around and having crisps and, all sorts of big platters, and it's great. However, if the host stands over you whilst you eat and goes, are you enjoying that? Do you like it? Do you find it tasty? What do you think of this? And did that throughout the whole meal, that would shift from being generous and giving generous portions to being overbearing. And I think that this can happen very quickly if we over-deliver the whole time, is that we are giving so much energy and time and resources and maybe money that we could be earning in other ways. And it no longer feels like a smooth, lovely exchange. Number 4, when you are undercharging, you might have people who come to you who have no skin in the game. I remember being in Sainsbury's a while ago, and they had a notebook that said, might care, probably won't, or something like that. I can't remember quite what the phrase was, but it was a goal setting book. And I just thought to myself, oh, that book, that's so not for me. And that wouldn't be for my clients, because the people who come to me actually want to make a change. They want to make a shift in their business. They've maybe done all the freebies, but now they're in that position of like, okay, enough's enough. Now it's time to make some mega moves. And what can happen is if you undercharge the whole time, people don't have any skin in the game. They're not bothered either way. They can text, they can get out of it. Doesn't matter if they lose their money. And what you're then also doing is, if you're undercharging, you cannot offer that high level experience. And when I'm talking about experience, I'm not just talking about 5-star hotels or anything like that. I'm talking about the version of you. If you continue to undercharge, people are going to get, if you imagine, the hungry, tired, emotional, fed up, can't be asked, hey everybody version of you. And so we have to factor into our pricing structure how you can be that elevated version of yourself, how you can have that time and space and resources and food and sleep and rest and whatever it might be to bring that A game. And if you are over delivering and undercharging and being all the things, you are literally going to be like one of those balloons that as soon as you let the air out, it's just going to go boom and just collapse in a heap somewhere. Number 5, I want you to consider where you go next. I want you to think about this next chapter and doing it in the next elevated version of yourself. So I want you to work with numbers that allow you to go up to the next level in a great way. So say you had been charging £100 for a session. I'm just using that as a number. And suddenly you said to yourself, right, I'm not charging £100 anymore. I'm charging £10,000 per hour. That's what I'm doing. That in your body, in your frequency, might feel a big jump. So instead, I want you to break that goal down, meaning I want you to look at a way where you say to yourself, okay, so I'm not quite at the £10,000 situation. What does the £200 version of this look like? What does the 500 version of me look like in this situation? How would that feel? So bringing in that extra money every single month, how would that change things? I would love you to explore things. If you haven't done the course, Make More Money Your Way, do it. It's great. I will link it down below. Also, if you want to go deeper and broader, check out Create Your Income Pie. That is a great one too. That's it for today. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.